Alright, good evening. That is not an accurate depiction of the current platform. That is, though. Alright, it's been a while. F1 Chrome. Hobby flavor. I think that's right around case 18 or so for me. Tape. Alright, the list on the left should be accurate as far as who has what. Here is the top of the case. The tape looks kind of goofy, but it did come that way. This is all one piece. It hasn't been sliced or nothing. Apparently the factory got a little crazy with the tape. And there's the bottom. It's been a while for Chrome. It's been even longer for a decent Chrome Auto. Oh, that is not how I wanted that to go. Let's see. Save that. Alright, there we go. Our 12 boxes. Hands off here one last time. Whoops. 1 second. Screen's gonna go dark because the camera just lost communications. For real, apparently. Tried to move the camera head a little bit. There we go. See if I can finish moving it without it losing its mind again. Alright. All that said, here we go. Thanks for the bids. Good luck. My blade coming off here. There we go. Alright, box number 1. First half of it, at least. Here we go. Good luck. Max Lando and Zandelli, 61. Next pack, Leclerc, Mazepin, Nannini, and Ocon refractor. Lewis, Russell, Deruvula, and Gasly on the podium. Pierre Wash, Hamilton. Podium for Lando. And Carlos Sainz, purple out of 399. If my memory is correct. $388 out of $399 there for Carlos. Seidel Schwartzman, Boschung 61, and Grosjean purple green. That's a net, Nick. Moving on, Gasly, Giovinazzi, Lewis, and Gasly refractor. Leclerc, Kimi, Mazepin, and a gold checkers for Max Verstappen, driver of the day. 70th anniversary. $11 out of $50 for Max. Then we got Brivio, Grosjean, Vips, and Kimi refractor. Yuki, George, Checo, and Alonso redliner to get us halfway through box 1. There's an auto. Alright, second half of box 1. First pack on that is an Albon, Vettel, Petikoff, and Vettel 61. Alonso, Steiner, Lewis, and Sato on the refractor. Yuki, Sato, Toto, and Robert Schwartzman 61. Giovinazzi, Hamilton, Stroll, Bottas redliner. Leclerc, Checo, Zandelli, and Lance Stroll 61. Hamilton, Latifi, Christian Lundgaard, and Yuri Vips on the refractor. Toast Verstappen, podium for Ocon, and a purple checker out of 199, Carlos Sainz. $75 out of 199 for Carlos. And last before the auto, Lewis, Zoe. Lewis on the refractor, and a checkered for James Allison. Alright, that leaves our signature. It looks like there might be some gold there. Hey, Mark. Good luck on the poker game. Ricardo Samaya. I think it is going to be in a gold auto. Marcus Armstrong, redliner. Is on George Russell on the gold auto. Ken, congratulations. 50 out of 50. Mr. Russell. Nice start there, Ken. All right, number 2. Warner Hamilton, Robert Schwartzman on the refractor, and Bent the Skull, purple out of 399. That's on that, Christopher. 201 out of 399. Then we got Gasly, Lando, Piastri, Base Future Stars. And Verstappen on the podium. With another Max, Bottas, Carlos Sainz, 61. And Hamilton, purple-green. Moving on, Yuki, Latifi, Ricardo, and Pierre Wash on the refractor. And Max, Ricardo. Carlos Sainz, redliner. Yuki, Max, Versure, Ricardo, redliner. Lewis in the car, Capito, Porsche, and Latifi, 61. Gasly, Giovinazzi, Latifi on the refractor, and a purple portrait, Max Verstappen. $119 out of $399 for Max. Then pack 6, or pack, what have we got in here? Pack 9, Verstappen, Vettel, Boss Chung, and Carlos Sainz, podium. We'll get us halfway through box 2. There's our next auto. All right. Excuse me. Second half of 2. Lonzo, Mick, Deletta, Lewis, 61. Move the camera back where it belongs. Lewis, Ricardo, Tictum on a Max refractor. Gasly, Mick, little orange coming up. Leclerc, podium on an orange wave for Johan de Rubela. We got a 25 here for Mr. Drubela. $23 of 25. Congrats on that, Scott. Next up, George Dragovich, Nasani, and Danny Ricciardo. Alonso, Kimi, Yuki, Refractor, and Leclerc, checkered flag. Thumbs up from Ocon, Mazepin, Bottas, Russell, 61. Leclerc, Lando, Beckman, for sure, Refractor. Vettel, Lawson, and Gasly. Get us to the autograph. Looks like base version here. Kimi Räikkönen, Lewis, Teo Redliner, and we get a base auto for Marino Sato. Good Marino today. Mark, 8 out of 400. I don't know how poker's going, but there's a couple dollars back. Congrats again. And that was box 2. Alright, see if the trend continues. I think the last full case I did, it's been a while, but all the autos seem to be, like 5 out of 6 of them at least, seem to be on the one side. So that's 2 autos now out of the left on the stack here. We'll see what comes out of the right side. All right, number 3. Max, Vettel, Lando. Podium for Ocon. Alonso, Mick, Freshest, Lundgaard, and Gasly, 61. Ocon, Giovinazzi, Lewis, and Lewis on the 61. Leclerc, Stroll, Robert Schwartzman, and a refractor for Hamilton. We got Checo, Lewis, Bottas, Redliner, and a purple checkered out of 199 for Franz Tost. $63 out of 199. And Franz Michael. Congrats, sir. Ricardo, Checo, Verstappen, Redliner, and Valtteri Bottas with the gold wave. $31 out of 50. Congrats there, Nick. Moving on. Gasly, Sergio, Giovinazzi, 61, and Vasseur, gold purple. No luck for Fred tonight. Allison Russell, Nannini, and Versure in a car. Gasly, Mick, Portrait, Max, and Podium for Lewis to get us halfway through box 3. I think that's an auto. Nope. All right, second half of 3. Latifi, Sergio, Daniel Ricciardo, and a purple-green Nick Latifi. Justin, congrats on that. Next up, a Leclerc portrait, Max Albon, and a Lewis refractor. Franz, Vettel, Nannini, Gasly, Podium, Gunther, Lewis, Danny Ricciardo, and Checo, 61. Leclerc, Latifi, Daruvula, Latifi, 61. Vasseur, Lewis, Dragovic, Giovinazzi on the refractor. Ocon, Armstrong, Dan Ticktum, and Mr. Petikoff. Purple portrait out of 399. $336 out of 399 for Gianluca. Checo, Lewis, stuck 2. A Stroll, and Russell, 61. Sainz, Zandelli, refractor for Max. And Ocon gives that a thumbs up with the checkered flag to get us through box 3. Alright, box number 4, freshest on the Mick. Gasly and Bottas. Leclerc, redliner. Sainz, Russell, Nannini, Kimi, 61. Pascal, Max. Everybody's upside down, it seems like, all the time. Vettel and Ricciardo on the refractor. Charles, Russell, Boschung, Dragovic. Lewis, Vettel, for sure, and redliner, Verstappen. Gasly, Max, Bottas, Checo on the 61. Gasly, Ricardo, Porcher, Ocon, refractor, and Checo, James Allison. Valtteri Bottas, podium, is on a purple checker, Liam Lawson. Out of 199. 198 out of 199 for Liam. And just like that, we are through the first half of box 4. Might have been a little light on them packs. Splitting them up at least. This pile feels a little bit bigger. Okay, second half of 4. Alonso, Verstappen, Leclerc, 61. And a gold purple, Lando Norris. Congrats there, Scott. Moving on, Vettel, Lando, Checo, and Lando hanging out in the car on the refractor. Mick, portrait. Max, Latifi, Lewis. Ocon, Daruvula. Hamilton on the podium. And Albon with a purple out of 399. $78 out of $3.99 for Alex. And again, congrats, Nick. Giovinazzi, Hamilton, Norris, Yuki, 61. Thirsty Leclerc, Marcus Armstrong, Nissany on the refractor, Jody Egginton on the checkers. Ocon, Vasseur, Beckman, Dan Tickton, Redliner, Lewis, Dragovic, Liam Lawson, and Oscar Piastri, 61. Signs Checo, Lewis on a George Russell refractor. And the last pack out of 4 is a Stroll, Piastri, Vettel, podium, should go over here, and Christian Lundgaard on a solid gold out of 50. $5 out of 50 for Christian. And no love there. Alright, we are through 4. Alright, number 5. Egginton, Mazepin, Bottas, and Bottas on the refractor. Ocon, Latifi, Deletta, Yuki, Sato, Lewis Portrait, Vettel, and Bottas, 61. Alonso, Tictum, Lewis, and Alex Albon, purple checkers out of 199. $109 out of 199 there for Alex. And again, congrats, Nick. Yuki, Max, Lundgaard, and Vettel, Redliners. Lewis, Russell, Lando, and he is on a gold wave. For Esteban Ocon. Card is really bright in person. $18 out of 50 down here in the corner. Then Ocon Portrait, Max, Toto, and Perez on the refractor. Gasly, Ricardo, Petikoff, and Lando, podium. Then we got Mazepin, Verstappen, Russell, and Ocon 61 to get us halfway through 5. Ooh, I thought that might have been low numbered on the way by. Like single digits. Here's the open. All right. Second half of 5. Rasta, Lewis, Mr. Key, and Sergio, podium. Leclerc, Kimi, Nassani, and Giovinazzi, 61. Ooh, I think that was a little red. Kind of see it hinting up there. Lewis, Stroll, Latifi on the refractor, and a checkered for Verstappen. Ricardo, Checo. Red-green. Not the right red. Verstappen, 61. And the red-green is for Sergio Perez. Merry Christmas. With the color scheme at least. Nick, congrats there. Alright, Sainz, Boncho, Samaya, and Fernando Alonso on the refractor. Lewis, Zoe, Vips, and Deletta, redliner. Binotto, Viscal, Fernando, 61, and Alessio Deletta, purple out of 399. $391 out of 399 for Deletta. Then we got Lewis, Otmar, Schwartzman, and Carlos Sainz on the refractor. And Sainz, Perez, Bottas, Gasly on the podium to complete box 5. I guess that low number that I thought I saw, I didn't. All right, number 6. All right, here goes 6. Gasly, Mazepin, Verstappen, and Vettel on the podium. Zoe Petikoff. Lando 61 is on an orange-red. Robert Schwartzman. Rosario. Congrats on that. Next up, Sainz, Monchot. Lewis. Round and round we go. James Key on the refractor. Binotto. Zoffner. Samaya and Leclerc, redliner. With another Leclerc, Nikita. Nannini and a redliner Max. Lewis, Zoe. Zindelli, 61. And Richard Verschoor. Orange Wave out of 25. No love there for Richard. Leclerc, Kimi Räikkönen, Lewis, and Ocon on the refractor. Ocon, Vettel, Deruvala on a Bottas podium. And the last pack out of the first half of 6 is a Kimi, Bottas, Russell portrait, and Mazepin, 61. All right, last half of 6. Pascal, Lewis, and Ricardo with an Ocon 61 started off. Sainz, Mr. Vips, Vettel on the refractor, and Sergio Perez. Driver of the day, Portugal out of 399. $340 out of 399 for Checo. Excuse me. And again, congrats, Nick. Perez. Bottas, Latifi, and Hamilton, podium. Eggington, Mazepin, Schwartzman, and Alonso, 61. Bottas, Vettel, Samaya on the refractor. And Sainz, checkered portrait. Get us through that pack. Yuki, Max, Armstrong, and Lewis on the grid. Refractor. Lewis, Ricardo, Zendelli, and Dan Ticktum. Redliner. And we got Ocon, Max, Mick Schumacher, 61. And Kimi Räikkönen, purple out of 199. Purple checkers out of 199. $42. left side on that one. And congrats again, Nick. Last pack from 6. Total, George, Lundgaard, and Bottas on the refractor. And with that, we are halfway. Still looking for any auto from the right side on this case open. All right, here we go. Number 7. Vettel, Beckman, Lewis, Podium, and Carlos Sainz, gold checkered out of 50. $40 out of 50 for Carlos. Leclerc, Kimi, Russell, 61. And Versure, purple green. Nobody on Richard tonight. Lewis. Lando, that one always gets me. Robert Schwartzman on the refractor. Max Ricardo, Carlos Sainz on the 61. And a gold wave, Oscar Piastri. Not a bad one there for Michael. Congrats on that. 3 out of 50 for Oscar. Lonzo, James Key, Tictum, and Lewis, redliner. Simone, Hamilton, Lance Stroll, and Bottas, 61. Leclerc, Kimi, Nassani, and a refractor for Hamilton. Lewis Capito, Vettel, Podium, and Daruvula, purple checker out of 199. That's a net, Scott. 53 out of 199. Then we got Alonso, Deletta, Giovinazzi, refractor for Giovinazzi, and a checkered for Giovinazzi to get us halfway through. Number 7. Hey, finally found an auto out of that stack. All right, second half of 7. Gasly, Latifi, Piastri, and Gasly, 61. Sorry, Oscar. Max, Bottas, Ricardo, Zendelli, Refractor, Yuki, Max, Ricardo, with an Ocon podium. Vettel, Horner, Lewis, Redliner for Mick. Yuki, Max Portrait for sure. And Giovinazzi, 61. Lewis, Vettel, Porsche. And Capito on the refractor. And Max, Lando, Boschung, Latifi, 61. Ocon, Mazepin, Bottas, and Danny Ricciardo on the refractor. Will get us to our next auto. Gasly, Giovinazzi, Redliner for Schwartzman. And a base auto for Gianluca Petikoff. $272 out of $399 for Mr. Petikoff. This break has really gone cold. Hopefully number 8 warms it up for us. Okay, here we go. Start of number 8. Sophomore, Schwartzman. Fernando Alonso, 61. And Richard Verschoor, gold purple. This is what we get from the first pack. Signed, Sergio Tictum, refractor. And Matteo Nannini, purple out of $3.99. Congrats on that, Mark. $335 out of $3.99 for Matteo. Then we got Bottas, Ricardo, Perez, and Mick Schumacher on the redliner. Lewis, James Key, Gunther Steiner, refractor, and Lewis throwing a trophy on the checkers. Don't think he'd be throwing them anymore at this point. Ocon, Raikkonen, Armstrong, and Hamilton, redliner. Bottas, Vettel, Zendelli, Mick, Yuki, Max, Hamilton, and Hamilton on the refractor. Ocon, George, Lundgaard, Perez, podium. And Binotto, Viscal, Lewis. Carlos Sainz, podium will get us halfway through 8. All right, second half of 8. Egginton, Mazepin, Bottas, and Verstappen, 61. Ocon, Latifi, Daletta, and Samaya on the refractor. Sato, another Lewis portrait, Vettel, and Max on the podium. Fernando, Resta, Tictum, and Bottas, 61. Then we got a Max. Toto, Lando Norris, 61, and a purple George Russell out of 399. Number 11 out of 399 for George. And congrats, Ken. Been kind of quiet there for George for a while. We got Gasly, Ricardo, Petikoff, Vettel on the refractor. Mazepin, Max, Russell, and Schwartzman, redliner. Sainz, Manchot, Samaya. Throwback for Ocon. And then we got Lewis, Zoe portrait, Vips, and Otmar Zofnauer on the refractor to get us through box number 8. All right, so we had 1, 2, 3 autos. We got 4 boxes left. So at the very least, it'll be more exciting in that regards. Only 1 out of these 4 is not going to have an auto in it. All right, number 9. Vettel, Lando, Nannini, and a podium for Leclerc. Gasly, Schumacher, freshest. Kimi, 61, and Vettel, orange red. Congrats there, Nick. All right, next pack is a Bottas, Russell, Gasly, refractor. And a Valtteri Bottas, purple out of 199. Purple checker. $148 out of 199 for Valtteri. And Nick, congrats again. Just chipping away there. Leclerc, Lundgaard, Bottas, refractor. And a base checkered flag for Boschung. Congrats on that, Mark. Max, Bottas, Ricardo, portrait. On a Bottas, redliner. Gasly, Checo, Boschung, Drogovic, throwback. Allison, Russell, Beckman, and Daletta on the refractor. Leclerc, Mick, Verstappen, and Verstappen on the podium will get us halfway through number 9. All right, second half of 9. Signs, Pascal, Daruvula, and Fernando Alonso, Redliner. We got Max Vettel, Armstrong, Yuki, Ocon, Giovinazzi, Lewis on a portrait refractor for Alonso. Leclerc, Lando, Zendelli, and Bottas, podium. Giovinazzi, Lewis, Stroll, and Stroll on the throwback. Latifi, Lawson, Piastri, 61, and Wanyu Zhou on the purple checkers out of 199. $189 out of 199 for Wanyu. Then we got Ocon, Vasseur, Hamilton, and Sato on the refractor. Signs, Drogovic, Piastri, and Armstrong on the redliner. Checo, Lewis, Lance Stroll, Leclerc, 61, and then Alonso, Verstappen, Perez, and a portrait refractor rookie for Mick Schumacher, who at this point I half expect to be back at Haas next year. That was number 9. Unless Haas is hoping for Sargent. I don't know what else they're waiting on. You look at these hobbies, almost like still the lights have got to be the better way to go. Unless we get another whale here towards the end. Not seeing much of an autograph premium. I have, but my biggest problem, Tim, is time. So I don't want to oversell and not have time to sort and ship. I have a hell of a time keeping up with it as it is. And then to do it live, I got to be live for a period of time to get people watching. So I've done it with some NASCAR stuff when I've had a bunch of people on, like after a break, but right now I'm just getting swamped outside of this. All right, number 10, Gasly, Max, Bottas, and Gasly on the refractor. Regular Gasly. Russell, Pourchaire, and Daletta, redliner. Checo, Allison, Latifi with the Checo, 61. Leclerc, Mick base. Bosch Chung, and Alonso, refractor. Lewis, Norris, Piastri, and Piastri, 61. Alonso, Max, Vettel, and Lewis on the refractor. Gasly. Russell, Perez, and Checo on the podium. Schumacher, freshest base. Bottas, Vettel, and Leclerc, 61. Then we got Sainz, Nannini, Stroll on the refractor. And a chillin' Max on the checkered flag. Yeah, every once in a while life gets in the way. I had a moment a couple months ago where, man, life sucked. So I try not to bite off any more than I could chew already. I'm probably running on the ragged edge as far as time between cards and job and kid, wife. You know how that all goes. But yeah, what I like to do is something along that lines. That fantasy's been through my head. I just don't see how I can effectively do it. Unless I hire somebody, but I don't know that I do enough business to hire anybody. Alright, last half of 10. We got a Mick, Lewis, Dragovich, and Vettel redliner. Gasly, Mick with a face mask, Tickdom, and Lewis 61. George, Vettel, Nassani, and Perez refractor. Alonso, Kimi, Lewis, and Orlando podium. Ricardo, Versure, Ricardo 61, and Leclerc purple checker out of 199. The Hamilton spot did not sell. I probably had it set a little too high, but I don't know. For what the case costed me, it almost had to be that way. Out of 199 for Charles. Anything with an X welter did not sell, so that is property of me. Max, Dragovich, Beckman, and Gasly podium. Ocon, Vasseur, Dragovich 61, and another Christmas card. Red green for Zindelli this time. Congrats there, Mark. I think you got 2 red greens here tonight. Lewis, Stroll, Lewis with his shoey, and Fernando Alonso purple out of 399. Yeah, I think I started him out at 1,500. 153 out of 399 for Fernando. Congrats there, Tomas. Then Sainz, Checo, Lawson, and Yuki redliner will get us through 10. I started them out at 15. I don't know. It's probably a little high, but it's so hard to kind of judge where things are at right now with the market having cases so high. I put market in quotation marks because it's all a freaking scam. You know, this one here I paid $5.50 a box for it, so I mean, Lewis almost had to be up that high. Alright, so throw my jibber jabber here. I don't think we had an auto in that box, so everything else here, this box and the next box, should have our final 2 autos. Alright, here we go. Number 11. Allison, Perez, George Russell, and Daletta on the refractor. Pascal, Max, Vettel, Kimi Räikkönen, 61. Ocon, Derubala, Leclerc on the refractor, and Felipe Dragovich, Future Stars portrait checkered. Congrats there, Keith. New name for tonight. Lewis, Stroll, Piastri, and Verstappen. Leclerc, base Mick portrait. Boss Chung and Porsche redliner. Max Latifi, Dragovich, 61. And Vettel, purple checkers out of 199. $154 out of 199 for sub. Congrats on that, Nick. Next up, Ocon, Vasseur, David Beckman, and Petikoff on the refractor. Hamilton, Drogovic, Lawson, and Ocon, podium. And the last pack of the first half of 11 is Perez, Sainz, Piastri, and an orange-red, Jody Egginton. And Jody, no love there. All right, that was the first half of box 11. One, two, three. All right, maybe I missed the auto card somewhere. Alonso, Verstappen, Vettel, and Sainz, redliner. Gasly, Norris, Perez, and Leclerc. Mick, Bottas, Mick on the refractor, and a purple Darubala out of $3.99. $134 out of $3.99 for Johan. And again, congrats, Scott. Sainz, Russell, Nannini, Lando Norris, podium. Russell, Drogovic, Nassani, and Ricardo, redliner. Fernando, Kimi, Danny Ricciardo, and Danny Ricciardo out of 199, purple checkers. This was a sealed case, yes, Walter. 17 out of 199 for Daniel. At least it had better have been. That's a net, Justin. Lewis, Vettel, for sure, and Zoe, refractor portrait. Gasly, Max, Bottas, and Lewis on the podium. And then Gasly, Ricardo, Teo Porcher, and Sergio Perez. 61 will get us through box 11. And yeah, I think we're getting a big old fist here. Because here's what I got for our third auto. And here's what we have for the last case, or last box. You tell me. I have not seen a variation. Now that you mention it. Unless there's a variation auto, but I don't think so. I mean, we should get 6 autos out of a case, right? Or give me a superfractor auto. somebody who's not a principal. All right, here we go. Box number 12. Giovinazzi, Lewis, Russell, and Boschung. 61. Yuki, Max, Checo, and Russell on the refractor. Max, Lando, Carlos Sainz, podium. And Jost Capito. Gold checkers out of 50. 26 out of 50 for Mr. Capito. Leclerc, Mazepin, Nannini, and Zindelli on the refractor. Lewis, Russell, Checo, refractor. Yuri Vips on the checkered flag. Congrats on that, Mark. Ricardo, Samaya, Valtteri Bottas, and James Allison on the gold wave. We've hit the principal box. 11 out of 50 for James. Yuki Sato, Toto, and a podium for Perez. Grosjean, Vips, Schwartzman, 61, and David Beckman, purple green. And pack number 9 here, Brivio, Wash, Lewis, and Vettel on the refractor. Get us halfway through number 12. There was a couple of red greens. I don't know if they would hold that against us. I can't imagine why they would when they packed it out. I guess I'm getting the anti-backyard break treatment here. Well, there's our fourth auto. All right. So I'm going to look this up after the break. Because I don't see too many red greens anymore. But with these 2 red greens, we're going to have 4 autos. That would make our 6 high ones, but hopefully they don't do that on a regular. Lewis, Latifi, Lundgaard, Stroll, 61. Toast, Verstappen, Albon, Toto, refractor. Alonso, Steiner, and Lewis with a Vettel, 61. Gasly, Seidel, Schwartzman, and Leclerc, redliner. Giovinazzi, Hamilton, Norris, Verstappen, redliner. Leclerc, Giovinazzi, Armstrong, Yuki Tsunoda. Lewis, Stroll. Yuki Tsunoda, freshest on the refractor. That was on a Pierre Wash, continuing with the principal theme here on the colors. 109 out of 399 for Pierre. And congrats on that, Scott. Then we got Gasly, Leclerc, Perez, Zindelli, and Gasly. Podium. To get us to our final pack. Final auto. Well, it ain't a super. All right, Vettel, Petikoff, Dan Ticktum is on a base auto for Ralph Boschung. Boo. 366 out of 401 for Ralph. Congrats on that, Mark. And with that, we have reached the end of the case. What a bunch of hot garbage that was. All right, recap. I'm going to Google this first here. A little upset. Let's see what the old Google search will do for me. All right, I can't find nothing real quick. I'll look into it. If it's not stated that the red greens are essentially an auto, I'll get a refund back to you guys for what, 1/3 of your break buy-in, because we got 1/3 of the less of the autos. So anyhow, I'll look into that later. I don't want to keep everybody waiting. But one way or the other, you'll get a message from me. Recap colored besides the red greens for Checo and Zandelli. We had Beckman, purple green, Egginton, orange red, with a Vettel orange red, gold purple Verschuer, purple green Verschuer, orange red Schwartzman, gold purple Lando, purple green Latifi, gold purple Lesueur, and purple greens for Lewis and Grosjean. Checkered flags, Vips, Drugovich, Verstappen, Boschung, Hamilton, Giovinazzi, Sainz, Verstappen, Egginton, Ocon, Leclerc, and Allison. Purple checkers out of 199, Ricciardo, Vettel, Leclerc, Zhou, Bottas, Daruvala, Raikkonen, Albon, Lawson, Toast, and Sainz. Purples out of 399. Wash, Daruvala, Alonso, Russell, Nannini, Perez, Daletta, Albon, Petikoff, Verstappen, Viscal, and Sainz. An orange wave for Richard Verschuer out of 25. Our golds, gold wave for Allison. Gold checker Capito. Carlos Sainz gold checkered. Gold wave Ocon on the 61. Lundgaard solid gold, and gold wave for Bottas. All those guys are out of 50. Then our showcase. Our base autos. Boschung out of 401, Petikoff out of 399, and Mr. Sato out of 400. We had a Piastri gold wave out of 50, Daruvala orange wave out of 25, Max gold checkered out of 50. And the one big auto, George Russell, 50 out of 50 gold for Ken. Congrats again, Ken, on that. And yeah, with that, I shall bid you adieu for the night. Good luck on your next break. God damn, I hope it's better than that one. But yeah, I'll take a look at if I can find something on the internet where it states, or I could find out that the reds are special. But if I can't, if I do, I'll copy it in my email to you. Otherwise, I'll get you a refund for 30% of whatever the hell whatever you paid for your spots, just for being shorted. So, all right, yeah. I guess take care. Have a good night, and we'll see you later. Thanks again.